The Las Vegas Perspective releases the 34th annual edition of Southern Nevada's most comprehensive economic publications. News 3's Crystal Allen joins us live from the Four Seasons Hotel with details of the report. Crystal, my friend, take it away.
Well, hi there, Reed Cowell, and good afternoon to you. Yes, you are correct, and all this information came out in this publication. It's called the Las Vegas Perspective, and it comes out annually and focuses on everything from population growth to housing, even education.
Crystal Allen joins us live from the scene near Spring Mountain and Jones with the story.
Good morning to you, Kim and Data. This shooting took place on New Year's Day at the Excess Cafe. You see here over my shoulder. And again, as you warned our viewers, this video is graphic, so if you have the little ones in the room, you might want to take them out. And the man accused in this case says this shooting was in self-defense. However, police say this is a case of attempted murder. Again, live here at the scene near Spring Mountain and Decatur, where one person has died as a result of a rollover crash here that ended right between Kilroy's and Jack in the Box. That individual was traveling at a high rate of speed. Definitely want to avoid this intersection for quite some time because police will be on the scene as they continue to investigate what happened. We're going to send it back to you in the studio.
Now joins us on set with more. Crystal?
And we should start off by saying to you, Kim and Dana, and the people at home, that our drinking water is safe, according to state conservation officials. So we just want to put that out there. And they say that the bottom line is this chemical really shouldn't be in our drinking water to begin with. And so these cleanup efforts started in 1997. That's when the alarm bells were first sounded. Officials traced perchlorate, a chemical component of rocket fuel, in our drinking water. Now, cleanup efforts again started that year. There are no detectable levels in our water, but it has leaked into Lake Mead, our source for drinking water. And we should note Karen McGee did issue a statement. It's really not admitting to this. The company calls these all allegations, and we understand that most of the release really focused on the company's intent to move past this and how this should improve investor relations and its stock prices. Again, this contamination settlement, as we mentioned earlier, including sites across the U.S., the largest in the history of the Department of Justice, totaling a little more than $5 billion.
News 3's Crystal Allen joins us live from the Regional Justice Center with more. Crystal, what's the verdict?
Well, Reed, a judge handed down a sentence of 16 years to life for 27-year-old Amar Harris, and the prosecution telling us that this sentence will help establish Harris's violent history in his upcoming capital murder trial. In that case, he's accused, as you mentioned, in a shooting that ended in a fiery crash, killing 3 people on the Las Vegas Strip last February. Now let's go ahead and go to video of today's hearing. Crystal Allen joins us live from that location with how the community is choosing to remember the day and the lives lost. Well, Reed, it certainly is a somber anniversary for those who lost loved ones in this tragic incident. And both last night and this morning, people came out to remember the lives that were lost.
You're right there at Las Vegas Boulevard and Flamingo, where the shooting turned into a crash, which turned into 3 people losing their lives.
Yeah, Kim and Dana, it was quite a scene to wrap your head around. As you can see behind me, traffic moving along fine this morning, but a year ago today, a very different scene. In fact, much of Las Vegas Boulevard, Kim, as you mentioned, was shut down for hours, and anytime something like that happens, the main thoroughfare running along the Strip shut down. You know, something pretty big must have unfolded. I'm going to step aside here and direct your attention to the flickering lights that you see there. That was the site of a vigil that was held last night in honor of one of the 3 victims who died in that fiery crash that happened at the intersection of Flamingo and Las Vegas Boulevard. And we're going to go ahead and show you the images of those 3 people who lost their lives.
This morning, more than 500 people packed city council chambers in Las Vegas to get answers to medical marijuana dispensaries.
That's right, and I think that just gives you an idea of just how interested people are in this issue, packing City Hall last night, and those who came out quite vocal about the city's 38-page draft proposal.
Let's go to Crystal Allen live. She joins us from the northwest part of the valley, which saw a lot of flooding last year. Crystal, I flew over it. I remember it very well.
And I was just going to say that, Reed, you know it better than anyone else. You captured some incredible images from Sky 3 when that raging water was coming through the northwest part of the valley. Now, we're here at the intersection of Grand Teton and Grand Canyon Drive, where I want to point out here, we already see some sandbags that have been placed at these concrete barriers here, really trying to help control some of the water that might be moving through. And of course, these floodwater channels as well that really get filled with water once it comes down here through the valley. The northwest part of this valley sees a lot of that water. And the best that we can do here is be prepared. As I showed you earlier in this live shot, some sandbags are already being put out, and just telling people to be cautious. If you see floodwaters, don't drive through it. Also, definitely we'll be bringing you the latest and up-to-date reports as this rain is expected to move through this weekend. Reed, we're going to send it back to you, and as I said, you know firsthand, flying above Sky 3 back in August, what those torrential rainpours can do and how the flooding can really create some dangerous scenarios here across the valley. We're going to send it back to you in the studio.